Oh no, we've gotten to Disney World late. What are we gonna do? Come along and find out. Yeah, that's right. Carousel Douglas got to Disney World late today. We overslept this morning, and so we decided, since last week you got to see what to do when you get there for a rope drop, today we're going to learn what we do when we don't get here for a rope drop. Now, the first thing that we did this morning after we woke up was get Genie Plus and get a lightning lane for SpaceMountain at 11:15. We have about 35 minutes until we can get that lightning lane. We can stack a new one at 11 o'clock. Because of the 2-hour rule, we'll get another one in there. I still love seeing Cinderella's Castle. I also like the Main Street vehicles. And the Dapper Dans are going down the street on a trolley, which is why you have the music in the background. Hopefully you can hear me over it. But one of the things I'm going to suggest you do, if you're trying to go to Tomorrowland, is you go to the right here, and as you can see, there's not many people, and just now Main Street is still packed because a lot of the other latecomers are here, but they don't know my tricks to get around the park. And as you can see, we are making our way into Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland does not look all that busy right now because a lot of people probably rope dropped it and now they're moving on to something else. We recommend, if you are late, go to Tomorrowland because a lot of people rope dropped it and now they're moving on to something else. We got in line, the very long line for Joffrey's, because the line for Main Street was out the door. And, well, making a little fun with Stitch. Hanging out with people. Hi, Stitch. I know, all my friends are saying hi too. Thank you. So while I was in line for Joffrey's, which actually went quicker than it normally does, I think they finally figured out my main complaint about the Joffrey's out here in Tomorrowland, I was able to get myself a Haunted Mansion lightning lane for 11:40. So we have SpaceMountain 11:15. It's only 11 o'clock. We can enjoy our coffee, and have a good time, even though we're running late. See, still works out. Skip Main Street, go to Joffrey's, and you can get a lot more accomplished. So we are gonna get in line now, even though our lightning lane's for 11:15, because you can tap in 5 minutes early for your lightning lane. There's another trick to save some time if you've lost some time. And like that, we have entered the SpaceMountain spaceport. And in we go. It's very loud in here, but I can't use my good microphone because we're not allowed to use handhelds on this ride. Just a little tip for people who might be trying to record. And just like that, we're off of Space Mountain. So here's a not about being here late tip. Apparently the right side is smoother. Michelle, would you agree with me on that?
Definitely. Way smoother.
Oh yeah, like no chiropractor needed, right?
Right.
Oh man, it was so much better on that. So the next thing we have is that Haunted Mansion lightning lane that we got. We signed in at Space Mountain. We still can't do another lightning lane until we tap in for the 11:40 Haunted Mansion because that's the latest one that we made. So we're gonna head over to Haunted Mansion right away because it's only 11:30. Again, we're gonna try to use that 5-minute rule if we get there early and get in, and then try to schedule another lightning lane. Look, I know Genie Plus is expensive, but one of the best tools that you have to have a best day, even if you got here late, is Genie Plus. It's unfortunate that it's so expensive, but maybe sometime what I'll do is I'll show you how to have a day without Genie Plus and arriving late. But today, we decided to get Genie Plus, and it's gonna make our day go much smoother. So this leads me to my next tip as we're heading over to Haunted Mansion. We are, unfortunately, crisscrossing the park to get to that lightning lane, but instead of going through the hub, which seems like the smart idea, it actually isn't. As you can see, we're moving along behind Tomorrowland into New Fantasyland, right past the teacups, and there's hardly anyone back here, and we don't really have to worry about crowds. That's a tip. There's less crowds if you avoid the hub. Another tip is do not be afraid to say excuse me. If you see that group of people right there, that is the lightning lane for Peter Pan, and they have turned out into the street, literally blocking it. Don't be afraid to just say excuse me. Just make sure you say it clearly and loudly. Don't just barrel through people, all right? Here's your next tip. We just scanned in for the lightning lane. Ask the cast member, is there a second touch point? Because if there isn't, you can start doing your next lightning lane while in line for the ride you're going into now. So here I am in line, still waiting for Haunted Mansion. I have a 12:10 Lightning Lane for Pirates of the Caribbean, the next ride we want to do. Make sure also, as a tip, you're not going to get to do everything today because you were late. Make sure you decide what's important. Michelle and I discussed it. Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean were what we wanted. So those are the first ones I went for after Space Mountain, which was the latest one that I saw when I first started doing Lightning Lanes. So there's your tip on that one. Now, here's the cool part. I got it for 12:10. We have an hour. So that means that by 1:10 we have to be on the ride. As soon as we can go get lunch in the time period of our Lightning Lane. And that's what we're gonna do. It saves us time 2 ways. Here's your next tip. See that picture? Get closer to that picture because the door's behind it. Just so you know.
Of course, there's always my way.
Toads in a pond. Let there be music from regions beyond.
Here comes the bride.
Rise and don't try too hard, or a silly spook may sit by your side. Know this.
Sure to bring your death certificate if you decide to join us.
And we're off Haunted Mansion. And now we're going to talk about where we were going to go get lunch. Michelle really wants corn dog nuggets, right?
I don't know why, but I do.
So Michelle and I have placed our mobile order at CaseysCorner and got her corn dog nuggets and some extra cheese dipping sauce. Got myself this Chipotle barbecue all beef hot dog. Sounds great. And I added chili cheese fries. And I also got us some extra cheese dipping sauces because the plastic cheese is great. I don't know why, but it's great. The last thing we're gonna do when we get there though is we are going to get an order of ice water because you need to add that. You need to stay hydrated. As you can see, we made our way over to CaseysCorner. We aren't able to find any tables right now. It's kind of a high lunch time, which is not usually recommended, but Michelle was very hungry. I wanted to make sure she gets some food. It's also parade time, so some people are sitting in the chairs over here to watch the parade. The noon parade's about to come through. It just stepped off from Frontierland when we came out of Haunted Mansion, but right now we're here at CaseysCorner to have our lunch. And here is our haul of corn dog nuggets, fries, hot dogs, and tall ice waters. That's new. And cheese. Now the cool part is, as you can hear, the Festival of Fantasy Parade's about to go right past Casey's, and we have a view right through there. So there's another tip that you can combine the parade and lunch to save some time. So, under the shade of the red and white umbrellas, Michelle and I got to watch the Festival of Fantasy Parade and eat our lunch. We got very lucky to get a seat. Now, I want to say that. If you hit at the wrong time, you're not going to get a seat. We almost didn't get a seat. We almost sat in a corner in the shade of the tree and ate our food, but one opened up right at the last second. But we're going to move on with our day. We do have to get to our Pirates of the Caribbean Lightning Lane, and we have also got some friends who are going to be joining us today, which is going to be fun. Once we're done eating, we like to travel off into the parks, but we avoid the hub. And right now we're taking this bridge that, if you look over there, you can see the hub and the hub bridges, and there's no one on the bridge behind me, as you can see. Recommend that path. Much quicker. So as we make our way over to our Lightning Lane for Pirates of the Caribbean, I want to talk about my next tip. Don't make the same mistake twice. First mistake today was oversleeping, missing an alarm. Well, I set an alarm and I set it for 5 minutes of 1 p.m. because I wanted to make sure I got that 1 p.m. virtual queue for Tron Light Cycle Run, and I did. 113 is my group number. So 113, when that gets called, we get to go ride Tron today, even though we missed the 7 a.m. boarding group. So don't make the same mistake twice and miss your alarm.
It's Captain Jack Sparrow we're after, and a fortune in gold.
Send them hints to Davy Jones. It's the rum they want. Drink up me hearties. Yo-ho!
Search all you want, Captain Jack Sparrow. You'll never find the treasure without a look at this here man and this lovely key.
Rascals and scoundrels of dozen knives, they got me, yo-ho. The devils and blacks, you really mad eggs, drink up me, honest, yo-ho. Drink up, lads. There's treasure enough for all.
Pirates completed. And the cool thing is that while we were in line, because I asked, they only had one touch point, we were able to make a new lightning lane for Big Thunder Mountain. So Big Thunder Mountain was originally at 2:10, just over an hour away. I took it just because that's the one we wanted, and then I immediately went in to modify it, and I didn't think it was going to work the first time, so I wish I'd screen captured it, but I was able to modify it to 125, which is right now as we are walking out of Pirates. So the lesson you learn from that is don't give up. You might have screwed up once today. Don't give up. You can still get a lot done. It's only 125 and we've done all kinds of things, including eating, including watching a parade. So yeah, you can be late and it's okay. As we walk up on Big Thunder Mountain, I'll point out that it says 30-minute wait, but the line's all the way out the building. That might be incorrect. That might be changing sometimes. You know, I would say it's more like 45 minutes. If you see it coming out up from underneath the line, probably 45 minutes. Can't go wrong with a ride on Big Thunder. We were able to get a lightning lane while we were in line for BuzzLightyearSpaceRangerSpin over in Tomorrowland. Pretty much we're right about now, but we have about an hour. Remember, we have about an hour to get there. We're gonna take our time getting over there, just chill out for a little bit, because even when you're late, you should take time to chill out. Even when Big Thunder Mountain is coming up the hill. There it is. And there she goes. Whee! So, Big Thunder Mountain done. We're getting a lot done today, even with our morning start. So we're doing good. To prove my point from earlier, Michelle and I came across the hub right now to try to head over to Tomorrowland. And as you can see, there's just a lot of people out here moseying around. I also do want to see my good buddies Chip and Dale, see if they have fixed them. I've never been able to get them to react to the Magic Band, so I'm hoping it happens today.
Some fun, huh? Yeah.
That was cool. Do you have any more?
Where's the happiest place ever? I know. Here.
I love it. That's the first time I've actually heard that ever. And these have been out for a while. But back to what I was saying. Sorry, got sidetracked. The hub, as you can see, it has lots of people stopping to get pictures. It has a lot of people just crossing over because they think this is the fastest way to get around. As we always tell you, it is not. So if you want to save time when you've lost time, don't use the hub.
Hey, where you going? Someplace fun?
We're going to see Buzz. Another thing that happens a lot, shows on the stage, which should really gum up the works. Unless you want to watch it, this show is actually a lot of fun. And we've made it over to Buzz Lightyear. It's a little bit after our Lightning Lane window started, which isn't a problem. This ride's a really good choice for a Lightning Lane because the line outside usually is not covered and you don't want to stand for 60 minutes in the Florida sun. Also, saves you time doing it this way. This is why I said why Genie Plus is such a useful tool when you are late to the park, because you missed that 2 hours when the park opens. You can get like 5 to 6 rides in. You should check out the video I have that talks about doing exactly that in this park. But we're gonna go ride Buzz Lightyear. I'm going to try to be a galactic hero. I rarely do it. Look at this. Michelle annihilated me. Nice job. I'm not making excuses, but I hit the volcano dead center in the top and got 0 points for it. So I think there might have been something wrong with my gun, but I'm glad to see Michelle kick my butt with a score that I think that's one of her highest scores in that ride ever, right? Yeah?
Probably.
Yeah. That's one of her highest scores in that ride ever, which is pretty cool. We aren't called the Carousel of Douglas for nothing.
Carousel of Progress. You're in for a real treat.
So there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day.
Whoa there, you'll blow a fuse. Crap, that's the third one this week. I buy fuses by the case. Uh-oh, and I've blown the whole neighborhood again. Too bad he's not reading the Help Wanted ads.
No privacy at all around this place.
Sorry, Orville. Didn't work then, doesn't work now. Consistent at least. Makes a lot of noise and blows fuses.
As I was saying, Kat, I think college is really swell.
So there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at the end of every day.
Everything is automated today. Well, including that.
No privacy at all around this place.
Sorry, Orville.
For you and me.
Please remain seated until the theater comes to a complete stop and the doors open. Once again, please remain seated until the doors in the back open. Then you will be able to exit. Thank you guys so much.
That was
Thank you for joining us on Walt Disney's
I love the Carousel of Progress. There's a reason why I named my channel this. It's a great way to relax in the middle of the day, especially when it starts getting hot. So when you need to take time, even on days like today, all right? Make sure you do it every time. Get some water too. I think I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna go over to the luncheon pad to get some ice water. This is a non-timing tip. Always get your ice water at quick service restaurants. I just walked up to the mobile order pickup window, which is right there behind me, and I got a cup of ice water. Free and refreshing. So Michelle and I decided, why not wait and catch the parade for real this time? So we're going to see it for a second time. This time, we realized that from Casey's, you can't see the dancers. So now we're going to watch it. We have a great spot on Main Street. We're right across from the Main Street Bakery, just so we can get some shade over here, and there's a nice breeze blowing. We're staying nice and cool. And we are the parade's about to get to us. It's just hitting the castle now. Just remember, the parade starts at 3, but it doesn't make it to Main Street till like 3:15, 3:20, okay? And with the pumpkin spice, we got to see the whole parade. That was great. That was a good angle on it. Got to see everything. Lots of interaction from the characters. Yeah, that was great. This is a good spot. We do recommend Frontierland if you want to catch it earlier, but if you want to get it with all the magic, do it on Main Street, right? Yeah. On our way to New Fantasyland, Michelle and I saw the Main Street Philharmonic performing, and I had to stop. I just had to stop. I love the Main Street Phil. They're such talented musicians. Cannot say anything negative about them ever. They are just so darn good. And as a band director, I use them as examples of what a good, in tune, and well-balanced sound should sound like, because they are that good. Love them. Now, off to New Fantasyland, because we have a lightning lane for Under the Sea. As you can see, Michelle speeding into the ride after her lightning lane, because Ariel is her favorite princess. Am I right? And she's like, I'm going in. I'll tell you one thing about the lightning lane that it kind of stinks, is that you don't get to see the coolest hidden Mickey ever. Over in the regular queue, there is a hidden Mickey that only hits on Mickey's birthday at noon. That's some Imagineering. It's right over there where all those people are.
See 'em dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them?
It's so nice to see Ariel's eyes working again.
They were kidding when they called me brother. I'd like to see something about her. And you don't know why.
I mean, I know it got hairy there for a little bit with Ursula and stuff, but we're good, right? We made it. So we're off out of Little Mermaid, and look, we've had a really, really successful day. The last thing that we really want to do is the Tron virtual queue. So we're waiting for that to get called, and we're going to head over. So let's go see what we can do. Made a quick pit stop to try out the new spring rolls. I do have a cheeseburger here, and then this is the cordon bleu, which is ham, chicken, and cheese, and they give you the dipping sauce, which is a Thousand Island dressing, dipping sauce like Big Mac sauce for the cheeseburger, and they also have the honey mustard for the cordon bleu. These are reportedly very good. So I'm going to start with the cheeseburger spring roll, dip it in the sauce here, and give it a shot. This is good as I remember it. And now for the cordon bleu. That's good too. I like the cheeseburger one better. Cheeseburger one's a little creamier, a little bit more true to flavor. But the cordon bleu, very cheesy. I like it. Michelle and I have come to the Main Street Confectionary because Michelle is in the process of trying to get herself a snack while we wait for our Tron virtual queue. And we're gonna come back here to the popcorn section, where she's gonna make some custom popcorn. So we've come up to the area. What you do is you pick your popcorn, and they have a choice between butter, caramel, cheddar, and rainbow. Rainbow apparently tastes like Tutti Frutti or Fruity Pebbles. And you put a syrup on it, and they have three choices between milk, dark, and white. And then you can combine candies. They have all kinds of things. Milk chocolate, fudge brownies, peanut butter, Snickers bar, Twix, Skittles for some reason, mini marshmallows, crushed chocolate cookies, and pretzel pizzas. And you get two on the base version, and you can add additional for $1.
Anything else? That'll be it. So this is our treasure, and we're going to start off by burying it.
Nice.
You know something else? I got a better idea. Because the treasure is buried, let's say we add a little more treasure on top of the buried treasure.
That's right up her alley.
Don't object to that.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
Yeah, my pleasure. The dark chocolate? Yep.
There you go.
Just like how pies were baked in the early days. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
My pleasure.
Very kind of you. Verdict?
Very good.
What's your favorite part?
The whole combination, the sweet and salty.
So, this video's been interesting. As you can see, it is night. Michelle and I had plans to go see Hoop-Dee-Doo Review. That will be up on the channel, a full review of that. But because of that, we got here to the park literally at 8:50, and we have missed our Tron. So we've had more than one thing go wrong today. I've been talking about Tron all day. Yes, we were Group 113. It got called while we were at Hoop-Dee-Doo. And now, Michelle and I just squeezed into the crowd on Main Street so that we could see fireworks. And we're here with the Uyghurs. And Michelle, of course, in her lovely self. And she's being courteous by taking her ears off. And I'm trying to figure out where I can go where I'm not going to block everybody because I'm 6'3". So.
Oh, people like me appreciate that, Doug.
Yeah, well, I'm just watching behind me.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is our view. So it's not bad. We're at the edge of Main Street, right near Casey's Corner and Plaza Ice Cream. And the plan is, once the fireworks done, to try to get up to Seven Dwarfs. We'll see how we do swimming upstream like trout. But Michelle gets to see her favorite fireworks show. Okay, we finished Happily Ever After. Carrie Ann and Michelle cried, so I'm not putting them on camera because they got tear face. But we're in line for SevenDwarfsMineTrain. Like I said, we spent all day, we started the day badly. We overslept, we got here late, but we've been showing you all day that there's tricks. Here's our final trick. Don't leave the park after fireworks. We're in line for SevenDwarfsMineTrain, and we're gonna ride it no matter what, even after the park closes. There's your trick. I know it's terrible lighting here, but we are almost to the sort. It is 10:10. We got in line at 9:30, 40 minutes almost to the sort. So we're doing all right. That was a good thing. We are after it. It is after park close. There will be nothing else we can do after this ride. Hey, what if we tickled you two? Should we tickle you two? Oh, you ready? Hey, Michelle, Carrie Ann, you ready? You're like, don't look back. He's got the camera on. Wee! Wee! Don't eat the apples!
Where are you all going?
Of course, as we start to think, yeah, we love it too, Donald. I was not expecting that. Okay, well, as you can see, the Uyghurs finished out the night with us. And Michelle's still smiling because she got to see Happily Ever After. That was a great vantage point. It was. That was a really great place to see that. I enjoyed the heck out of that vantage point, especially seeing all the projections on the screen. By the way, I look ridiculous right now because I'm like crouched back and leaning.
Laughing at the characters talking to us the whole time.
Someone keeps saying, there's people setting off Donald Duck behind us, and they're doing it on purpose, and it's okay. But we have this lovely time today, despite the fact that it started poorly for us because we got here way late. And we also missed our Tron. But my tips still work. I got 113 at 1 o'clock. I still maintain that 1 o'clock is the best time to do the queues. They work great. Anyway, I can't stand like this any longer. So, thank you very much for being with us today. If you liked the video, leave a comment down below. What was your favorite tip of the day to when you have a late start? Just hit thumbs up, just because the Uyghurs are awesome. And go watch us all have a blast at Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, which we also did earlier today. Anyway, we gotta go. And because we don't like to say goodbye because we're gonna see you real soon, we say, see you bye.